Welcome on board a Boeing 747-400 recently arrived from Orlando. We are looking at a fuel synoptic page which shows the remaining fuel quantities in the tanks, the current condition of the main boost pumps, override jetsam pumps and the 4 cross feed valves. At the top of that screen you can see the total fuel on board presently is at only 12.1 tonnes. That figure is repeated at the bottom right hand corner of the screen above, also with the fuel temperature which is currently at -13 degrees. We've got the flight management system interfaces either side of this screen, and in the top left of the screen you can see the standby altimeter, currently showing the airport's elevation of approximately 200 feet above sea level. We are now inside the leading edge of the left hand wing behind the outboard and inboard landing light. And as we have a look around, we will be able to see that this leading edge is very spacious indeed. I'm presently sat upright in here. We're looking at the fuselage side of it, and now we're looking at the front of the front wing spar. These are 2 fuel quantity probes, and all this wiring is out to the 2 engines and to the wingtip, nav lights and strobe lights. The number 2 fuel tank is behind the front spar. And if we look towards the outboard wingtip, we can see the pneumatic duct right in front of us, which takes the hot lead air from the engines to the air conditioning packs to provide the cabin with conditioned air. Now if we look forward to that, we can see the back side of the leading edge flap devices, and down there in the shadows is one of the flap drive units. And as you can see, it goes on and very spacious. And that wing spar is substantially constructed. Right, looking at the front of the front wing spar again, we have a couple of fuel quantity probes there, and a single point sensor down there. The brownish colour cables are the generator feeder cables from the 2 engines. That's the pneumatic duct, and as I climb out, we shall see that I was actually inside the wing. And there we are, looking backwards towards the wing and body gear. And there we have 1 engine, number 2 engine. Right, we're now on the ground, looking up at the wing. That panel there is the leading edge flap, and the darker grey area now we're looking at is the wing box section, which is above our heads is the number 2 main tank. Due to the fact that the fuel inside is still very, very cold, it has caused ice to form underneath the wing, which is slowly defrosting. We have a mechanical measuring stick, which when the electronic indication fails, we can use these sticks to ascertain the contents of the tanks. Back here, where the colour changes on the wing surface there, it signifies where the rear wing spar is. And as you can see in a minute, the wing gear is bolted to the back face of the rear wing spar. CF6 engine with signs of a lot of hot air coming out the back end of the tail connector. Now we're on the right hand side of the aeroplane. This is a number 3 engine, and we're looking at those panels up there, which are the leading edge flap panels, the right hand inboard and outboard landing lights, the access panel to gain access to them, and to the bottom right there, that's a pressure relief panel. And as you can see, on this side of the aircraft, we've got accumulation of ice that's formed on the lower surface due to the fuel quantity the other side of that wing is at -13. As we walk backwards towards the landing gear, we can see these flap drive fairings which cover up the flap drive units to give an aerodynamic protection. And again, we look into the right hand wing gear, and we can see this one is also attached to the rear spar of the wing. We have one of the access panels to the fuel tank. Again, another measuring stick. When they are released, they drop down, and depending how far they drop out the wing ascertains the level of the fuel inside the wing. The trailing edge flaps, as you can see, are all attached to the rear face of the rear wing spar. And the rear wing spar basically follows this line from here all the way out this way. And as you can see, there are more access panels to the fuel tanks as we go out. And once we're outboard of the number 3 engine, we have again got an accumulation of ice underneath the wing. But another measuring stick. But this side of the pylon, there is no ice on the side due to it being no cold liquid above it. Fuel tank access point. More access points to the outer fuel tanks with a measuring stick in one of them. Here we have a quick browse around the CF6 engine and underneath the cowling. that's the fuel filter there. There we've got some bleed pipes. Then the fuel filter there in our place. Fuel flow transmitter. This is a hydromechanical unit that does all the fuel metering into the engine. Bleed air pipe, wiring looms, control cables going up to the left-hand side of the fan case that will go off the engine control unit, which runs the engine. This is the exit end of the main fan. We've got the starter motor there with the chip detectors and the integrated drive generator. That's the auxiliary gearbox, the N2 tacho, which provides N2 speed sensing and generates electrical power to power the engine control unit, hydraulic pipes and pumps, the auxiliary gear train, and the exit of the fan. That wraps this little trip up around the 747 for today. Before we go, we shall have a quick look at the operations manual weight and balance for the aircraft. And this shows the layout of the fuel tanks and exactly what part of the wing is fuel tank and what part of the wing is control surface or aerodynamic fairing. And next we will see the usable fuel load that can be carried on a 747-400. I hope this has been interesting, and I hope you've enjoyed a review wander around this airplane.